Welcome back, and to shed more light on women empowerment in Egypt, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Dr. Nevine Nkhla, PhD in Business Administration. Good afternoon, Dr. Nkhla.
Good afternoon. How are you?
How are you? It's a pleasure always having you with us. Dr. Nevine, the recent years in Egypt have witnessed a lot of progress with regards to women empowerment. We've seen the appointment of the first female as the first governor, 8 female ministers in the cabinet for the first time in history, and a lot of others. Now, how far did this progress work in favor of women interest in Egypt?
First of all, I would like to thank Nice TV, the English voice to the world from Egypt, to shed light on this. As you know, His Excellency, our beloved President Abdel Fattah Sisi, announced many decisions during the last 8 years to make sure women are really empowered in all aspects, political, economical, cultural, everything. We saw the First Lady Governor, Engineer Nadia Abdo for Bahira, and Dr. Manal for Domyata, and the 8 ladies ministries, which represent more than 25%, and many, many other vice governors to make sure the high representation of women in Egyptian government. His Excellency said women are the voice of the nation's conscience, and they guard the soul and heart of Egypt. And it was not only by saying, but also he made sure to narrow the gap between men and women in the political life.
Yes.
Also, he made sure the integration of women to be active participants in the political life by taking many steps. Studies also assured that women participation in all businesses and all sectors in Egypt assured the access to more employment opportunities and increased the GDP by a number of more than 30%. Also, the participating in the parliament and in the government allowed women to contribute to the decision-making, and this is something very important, and also to participate in the law-making that impacts on people's rights, behavior, and lives. As you know, we represent half the population, so this was fair move.
Sure, right. Well, as you said, women has achieved a great role in the political life in Egypt, and we see the difference from 2014 up till now. We've seen the participation of women and the representation in the parliament, and several women taking the role of minister, more than 8 female ministers. Now, how far do you think women has achieved her rights also here in Egypt, and also maybe talking about the whole world?
If you want to talk about the parliament, women bring a particular perspective to decision making to reduce the gender inequalities, and in their participations also they strengthen the public confidence. People are more confident when they see the fair representation of women. Also, local policies and service deliveries issues are examined by women from a broader perspective, recognizing the needs of women and needy people. As in generally speaking, women are more sensitive and responsive to community concerns. The women representation studies assured it leads to higher standards of living and positive developments in education, infrastructure, health, the main drivers of progress in gender equality. This all reflected the diversity of the societies they represent and provided a very balanced perspective in designing and implementing rules.
Yes.
What
are the main challenges, in your opinion, that are still facing women, not only in Egypt, but also in the African continent?
If you want to look at challenges in general, Of course, the education and the health. And if you want to go in particularly in the challenges in achieving the SDGs,
Yes.
and the global, Egypt under his wise leadership, our beloved President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was the first country globally to launch the National Women's Strategy 2030, aligned with the SDGs. If you see the great challenges are more in the education and in the health issues, and if you want to shed light on the Sustainable Development Report,
yes,
which was launched, the report came out at the beginning of
yes,
this year,
please.
2020.
Yes.
They assured to reach the sustainable development, you need to reach the 17 SDGs, you need to reach 6 transformations, 6 things to be transformed in the country to cover the challenges. The education and the skill building, the capacity building capabilities of humans and women, also the health and the well-being. The third thing is the clean energy and the industry. Also the sustainable land use and the sustainable cities, digital technologies, and the digital transformation. And all these are challenges for women and for Egyptians that they have to bridge the gap and go further through it.
Right. Well, also, how do you assess the variety of Egyptian women who achieved unprecedented success in different fields, not only in Egypt, but also around the world?
If you see also the Women's Strategy 2030, the national strategy for the empowerment of Egyptian women 2030, you can see that the strategy had 34 SDGs indicators comprised for the 4 main pillars: political
Yes.
empowerment and leadership of women, economic empowerment, social empowerment, and protection. With cross-cutting pillars, the establishment of this national observatory of women, and I mean a lot of empowerment, a lot of actions taken. Let's say from the political empowerment, the appointment of 6 women judges, and the leadership programs with 130 government employees launching the Women-Led the Future mentoring programs. If you want to see the economic empowerment, Egypt is the 2nd country globally to launch the Gender Equality Award certification program for private and public organizations, and the MSME development, the micro, small, medium development agency. Also, if you want to look at the social empowerment, 426,000 women are covered by Social Security. And we have initiatives like Mastura, centers for working women. Also, people should know the very great project which took place last month, the National Project for the Egyptian Families Development.
Yes.
Which is the general strategic objective of the Egyptian Family Development Plan of Egypt.
Right.
And yes.
Go ahead. I was going to move on to the media.
This national project,
yes,
it has a lot of meanings and a lot of empowerment for women and for the main challenge we are facing in Egypt, which is the population growth.
Yes. I was going to move on to the role of the media. How do you assess the role of the media in shedding light and raising awareness to the importance of women's rights?
The media stands a very big role, and worldwide media channels globally show women politicians reflecting more on their looks and their dressings more than on the content of their politicians and politics. The media is very dangerous and very important in stereotyping view of women participation in general. The absence of women in the media has an impact on the political success. The less media awareness, the less acceptance and belief in their capabilities to lead.
Yes.
There should be more role models and more documentaries and more films and more real representation of women to break more the glass ceiling of women in politics. The media has a responsibility to cover all political candidates fairly and accurately. Also, the series and different movies should concentrate on changing the norms. If you want to change any belief in a person or in a community, you have to first change the habits and the values.
Yes.
And then you go to the core, which are the beliefs. And to be able to change these beliefs, you have to change the outer layer, which is by the media, by showing all the time the importance and the importance of women in their positions. And as you said before, the 8 ministries of Egypt, they showed great success and impact to the Egyptian life.
It's very important also to talk about soft power and specifically how Egyptian women is featured in the Egyptian cinema, in TV series. How can we change the features and the traditional idea? How far do you assess this, the importance of this and its impact on the viewer, the Egyptian citizen?
It is very crucial and very important. There are a lot of things we should really tackle in the media and in the Egyptian series. Not only the look of professional women, not by the dressing and the parties or something like that. No, by the value and the real knowledge and education. Also, in the media, tackling the population growth and that women are waiting for the boy to get 6 girls and then wait to get the boy, and all these social norms and all these beliefs, they have to be changed. They have to be tackled by films and series to be able to change really the culture or to make people understand the danger behind these challenges we are facing.
Yes, well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Nevine Nkhla, PhD in Business Administration. Many thanks for your insight. Always a pleasure having you with us.